Hi everyone, Steve Westman from the Audiophiles. I know we talk a lot on the round table about audiophile pressings, hence the name of my channel, the Audiophiles. But today, I've got some records here. I've got 5 of them that I feel you don't need to go and rent out to get an audiophile pressing of it, or if there isn't an audiophile pressing of it, you don't need one, even if it does come out, just because I feel these originals are so well produced, well mastered, and of course when they were first recorded and mastered to vinyl, the tape was fresher. So I'll get right to that right away. And also too, I know we talk a lot about FOMO on the round table as well, and maybe this will help just to understand that, yeah, not everything needs to be audiophile, and everything that is audiophile you need to rent out and buy just because it has been remastered. There's a lot of times, a lot of examples, and I'll show you today that that is the case here. You don't need to run out and get them. So we'll start with this one. This album came out in 1987. You probably own it. This is an original 1987 In Excess Kick, produced by Bob Clearmountain. Now, I don't know. I've used to have the silver label by MoFi. I've had the Back in Black series that came out. Those two, I can't even tell you, they suck compared to the original. If you want a really, really incredible sounding, the way In Excess sounded back in '87, and I still am a big fan, but I even went to the In Excess concerts a number of times, and they came through my hometown years back, got front row tickets. I can tell you, this is the way the original album here is the way it should sound. This is the original one that I bought in 1987. I still have it today. You can't go wrong with it. Pick one up. What a good deal. I don't care if the audiophile this again. Don't bother with the Back in Black series. Who cares? Pick up a original. Next up, MoFi One Steps are coming out with Van Halen. This is Van Halen 1984. This is an original copy from 1984. I see no point in worrying about Mobile Fidelity's one-step 45 RPM cut. Who cares? This you could pick up at your local record store here in Canada for probably $10, $15. The same in the US or elsewhere. It sounds incredible. I had this on cassette. I had it on vinyl for years. I can tell you it sounds great. I can't imagine it. You're not going to make it sound any better to me personally, and I'm not going to spend $125, $150 for the privilege of listening to it at 45 RPM when I can listen to it at $10 and have 15 other records or 14 other records plus this one for the equivalent of one 1984 MoFi album. Forget it. Stick with the original Van Halen 84. It kicks ass. Keep going here. What else do I have here? Oh yeah, so obviously we talk about FOMO on the round table. I don't want to be accused of promoting FOMO, but I mean, if Rhino does come out with their Black Sabbath catalog, if that ever happens, of course that's gonna again promote a little bit of FOMO. But speaking of Black Sabbath, another album here. If you have an original copy, this is Ozzy Osbourne's Blizzard of Oz. This is an original. What year would this be? 81, 80, yeah, 81. Incredible. If you know the song, Mr. Crowley, Randy Rhoads' guitar on this album shines. This never needs to be remastered or reissued, and I assume that it is. I haven't even looked. I mean, I've had this one for a long, long time, and I could care less. I can tell you this is the way it should sound. Original Osbourne, and again, $10, $15. Why spend $100 for one record? Get some quantity and get them sounding really good. Ozzy Osbourne. Moving on here. Which one's this? Oh no, this is an interesting one here. Now, I don't know, you guys are big Sting fans. This is Sting's 1991 album right here. It's called Sting, The Soul Cages. And this album was actually written after his father passed away. So it's in memory of his dad. Very, very emotional album. And it does sound great. It was mastered by Bob Ludwig at Master Disc. And what's cool about it, they used something called Q-Sound back then, and Q-Sound, and it says here, what is Q-Sound? Q-Sound is the revolutionary new audio technology which provides maximum depth, clarity, and three-dimensional imagery from standard cassettes, CDs, and albums. Music and sounds will seem to emanate from specific locations outside of the speakers. Q sound, Sting, the Soul Cages, another original, sounds great. And again, don't blow your life savings. Pick up some cheap originals like this. And last but not least, I've got the Alan Parsons box set. I've got the MoFi, Speakers Corner, you name it. This is an original. This is my original Canadian, 1982. It's got the embossed gold, which MoFi doesn't. Looks nice. This is an incredibly mint copy. I saw this at my local record store in downtown Vancouver for 10 bucks. Produced by Alan Parsons, of course. Why spend the big bucks on an audiophile pressing when this one sounds incredible? This too would have been cut from the master tapes years ago. So why spend $150, $100 for an audiophile album when you can get the original for, what, 10 bucks and have enough money to take your wife to a movie and dinner? I mean, come on, think about it. So, quick ideas there, guys. Stay tuned for the roundtable tomorrow. It's going to be a fun show. We're going to talk, obviously, more MoFi news, audiophile news, Analog Productions news, new releases. Also, we're going to get into albums of the mid-'80s, stuff that I grew up listening to, and some of them were here today as well, and we'll get into more detail and depth than that. So, again, have a great day. Keep spinning that vinyl, and we'll see you on the roundtable tomorrow.